Sup, bitches? This Chad Warden background. What's SiIvaGunner? Hex played this time. What's that? Reboot and Chad Warden. You know, dude, I ain't got the Hex play like my hair. So shit.
At this point, we've seen a lot of events occur on the SiIvaGunner channel, but the first channel takeover to occur was the reboot, and it remains a fan favorite to this day. The day and time in which this video is uploaded is almost exactly the anniversary of the end of the ARG, which triggered the end of the reboot. So what better time is there to talk about the reboot than right now? Keep in mind though, I won't be discussing the ARG in great detail because I've already covered it front to back in the SiIvaGunner ARG Explained, so go check that out if you'd like to learn more. We'll discuss it happening, but this video focuses more on the storyline than the technical details. So what is the reboot? Well, in the context of the channel, it was an event in which SiIvaGunner crashed, and when he rebooted, all of a sudden, the running jokes from the channel were replaced with different but similar things. The Flintstones theme was replaced by the Simpsons theme, and sometimes the Family Guy theme. Snow Halation from Love Live was replaced with Go My Way from Idolmaster, and Loud Nigga was replaced with the Howie Scream. Essentially, all of the jokes that this community had become familiar with were suddenly gone, and from this point forward, almost never mentioned again until the reboot ended. You should be able to understand the effect that this had on the SiIvaGunner fanbase, but to understand what caused the reboot, we need to go back to before the reboot even began. So let's start off with the events leading up to the reboot. I'd like to give a special thanks to this Reddit post by the Dr. Cat 1, which is a great write-up from right after it happened. It actually references a lot of information that I personally wrote up, but it also adds a lot too, and it's been very helpful in the creation of this video. As always, a link is in the description if you'd like to check it out for yourself. What prompted the reboot was the Snow Halation dislike bombing. I cover this in more detail in my Snow Halation Explained video, which you can check out in the description for more info. But the basic gist of it was this. Snow Halation rips were garnering heavy dislikes even if they had a lot of effort put into them. So on May 17th, 2016, Megalovania OST version releases, and it contains Chad Warden bashing those who are dislike bombing. Chad Warden, if you're not familiar, is a video maker from about a decade ago who talked about the console wars. So back in the 2007 to 2008 era of the internet, there was a big debate over which console was better, the PS3, the Xbox 360, or the Wii. It's hard to put into perspective just how heated these debates would get, despite how inane the subject matter was. But they definitely happened, and with it came satire of these console wars. The pretty typical example being Gamer Wars, one of my favorite series of all time, which is pretty blatant satire, but then there's also Chad Warden's videos, which are less blatant. His videos feature this exaggerated persona of a character that takes the console wars really seriously, with his militant support of the PS3, or as he calls it, the PS Triple.
You know why? Cause PS Triple. The PS Triple. Shit, money.
He tricked a lot of people at the time, and you can still find his videos floating around on YouTube. Due to his character's funny accent and way of speaking, another meme spawned off of sentence mixing of his videos to say other things. But why Chad Warden's sentence mixing came back to defend Snow Halation, I'm not entirely sure. But it did, because on June 27th, another sentence mix Chad Warden video came out, this time Megalovania Beta Mix. It talks about much the same thing as the first one does, but it showed that Chad was here to stay. On June 9th, SiIva's ripping software crashes, so he goes to the store to buy a new one. And on June 17th, 2016, SiIva himself crashes and the reboot begins. The reason cited during the crash is, of course, the community discourse over Snow Halation rips. And then the reboot happens. For most of it, the channel continues to operate as normal, only with old jokes replaced with their new counterparts. You can go back and listen to them, they're mostly still up. Although not directly related to the reboot, the puzzle room incident happened the following day. I already covered that in a video, and by now, you should know the procedure. In addition to changing the memes and the rips, there were also some subtle differences in the SiIvaGunner channel. Although it's a common occurrence now, the channel banner was changed very slightly to remove the old memes and instead replace them with their new counterparts. And the things that SiIva would say were also slightly different. The video descriptions changed from "please read the channel description" to "read the channel description please." His catchphrase comment changed from "I only upload high quality rips" to "I upload high quality rips only," and the channel description also changed very slightly. Although I don't want to get into every single rip that was uploaded in this time period, one of them stands out as interesting to me. So as you know, during the reboot, the Simpsons theme replaced the Flintstones theme, but there was a rip that predated the reboot that had the Simpsons theme in it, Bowser's theme, Super Mario 64. This is a particularly interesting case as it is one of the only times on the channel where it was known what song and joke a rip would have before it even came out. And of course, everything we predicted happening happened with Bowser's theme beta mix from Super Mario 64. So, for one rip's time, the channel was back to its pre-reboot state. A Flintstones rip, the old description, and an I only upload high quality rips comment. On the night of Father's Day 2016 and the following morning, the reboot ARG began. Of course, Father's Day being relevant because of Granddad, the ARG basically involved tracking down pre-reboot memes around the internet. Between the first and second part of the ARG come the SiIvaGunner rebooted rips. These are all still on YouTube and in an easy to find playlist, so I won't step through every single thing said, but here's a summary. The voice inside your head used the dislike bombing to its advantage in order to create a new universe with no snow halation. He decides that he'll make a deal with Chad where he will merge the reboot and the pre-reboot universes on one condition: no more snow halation. Chad seems reluctant, but it seems like he'll take the deal in order to save as much of the old channel as he can. But nope, in the true ending of the reboot, Chad Daddy sacrifices himself to destroy the voice and merge the two universes, snow halation included. And they're both gone for good, right? Haha, no. But the return appearances are much better suited for other videos, so we'll come back to them then. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something about the reboot today.
In your city, faded off the brown. Nino, she insists she got more class. We know, swimming in the money, come and find me. Nemo, if I was at the club, you know I balled. Chemo, dropped the mixtape, that shit sounded like an album. Who'da thought a countrywide tour